Today is Saturday, August 24th, 2024, day 24 of LiveHard Phase 2. Yeah, that was a lot of 24s, but hey, it's the day for it, I guess. We have less than a week to go, 6 more days, and we'll be done. Today's a win. I got all 5 of my critical tasks done for Phase 2, in addition to my single item on my power list, which was to rest. Alright, so got that done, good to go. I have just realized I have not weighed myself. Let me go do that. And I'm back. I weigh 224.5 pounds because it is 9:30 at night. That's probably a little bit higher than what it would have been this morning if I'd have weighed myself, but still within that range where I've been the last few days. So I'm expecting maybe in a couple more days another drop. It'd be really cool if by the end we could just drop below 220. That'd be cool. But anyway, I took my progress picture. First thing, I drank a gallon of water. First quart I didn't get done till 2 p.m. Second one at 4:20, third one at 8:04, and then the fourth quart at 8:51 while I was out for my second walk. Those are my 2 workouts today. They were walks, much needed for my calf. I also think I pulled a muscle in my chest. All right, couldn't sleep on my left side last night. I thought it was an issue with my heart because it's like right over my heart, but there was no other symptom of a heart attack or anything like that, and it only happened when I like leaned or exerted a certain way, and it was only in one spot right along here. Nothing on my chest as a whole, no indigestion feeling or acid reflux, nothing in the arms, nothing like that. So we conclude it's probably a pulled muscle here. So a day of rest where I'm just walking and not exercising that, doing arm stuff with weights now and increased push-ups. So a rest day is always good, but I was still active today. So 2 walks. First one at 11:37 this morning, and then it was after dark, and it was like, oh shoot, I haven't done my second workout. So I went out in the dark and went on my second walk. That's what I do for the Sabbath. So that was at 8:15. Both of them outside, obviously. As best I can tell, I had 23 grams of carbs today, just with the coffee. Will finish up half a Gatorade here, Gatorade Zero. So there's 2 carbs total. One of them was yesterday, the other one's today. So yeah, as best I can tell, 23. So it's not been a very heavy day for me, which is good. So let's see. Picture, workout, water, diet, maintain. Last thing, reading. I read chapter 16 and 17 of Start Your Own Corporation. That was pages 199 to 216, so well over 10 pages. Chapter 16 was called Voting Trusts, and chapter 17 was called Know Who Your Directors and Officers Are. All right, so just some insight specifically into controlling shares, who has voting rights, and putting that in a trust for a certain amount of, like, yeah, it's a lot of nuance to it. So let me just read to you some of the things that I wrote down. It is important to talk to potential shareholders about the voting trust ahead of time. Springing it on them at a closing is not a good idea. So yeah, there you go. That's literally all I wrote, and that was right at the end of the chapter. So if you want to know more about closing trust, I recommend you read Start Your Own Corporation, all right, by Garrett Sutton. The other things I wrote were for the Know Your Directors and Officers chapter. Directors are individual persons appointed by the company's shareholders on a yearly basis. So when you hear board of directors, they're the ones in charge, all right, of the company. Shareholders vote on who gets to be on the board. Shareholders are people who actually own stock in the company, all right? So let's see. Officers, however, are positions such as president, secretary, treasurer, vice president, CFO, COO, etc. They are appointed by the directors. So the directors choose who runs the company and such. There's quite often some overlap there, right? Directors will be shareholders also sometimes. Directors can be officers, all sorts of different things there. Language is written into the governing corporation law that imposes fiduciary duty on directors and officers to act at all times in the best interest of a company and its shareholders. In a corporation, a for-profit corporation, that means it is your primary responsibility as an officer, as a director for that company, to make as much money for your shareholders as possible. Otherwise, you can open yourself up to lawsuits. There you go. Because today is day 24, I read Proverbs 24, and I've got, it looks like, 5 verses here marked. Bible's over here right now. There we go. And it is verses 10, 16, 17, 18, and 29. Let's see. 10. If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. Yeah, that's true. Got to get stronger. So that when troubles come, and troubles are going to come, when hard times come, and they're going to come, that you don't fall, that you don't fail, that you can stay strong in what you've committed to do, whether it's personal, spiritual, whatever else. All right? Good verse. 16, 17, 18. Let's see. For a just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief. Oh, that was good. That's, man, just a reminder. Don't quit. You're going to fall. You're going to fail. You're going to mess up. Get back up. You're only a failure if you give up, if you stop trying. That's it. Next verse, 17. Rejoice not when thy enemy falleth, and let not thine heart be glad when he stumbleth. Ooh. This isn't talking about our friends. It's talking about people we don't like. Our enemies. Don't rejoice when they fall. When something bad happens to them. We shouldn't get pleasure from that. That's not pleasing to God. It's not like Yeshua. He would not do that. All right. I know that's a temptation. Sometimes in the name of seeing justice served, we get pleasure from the displeasure of other people who we are opposed against. And that is not correct. Right in conjunction with 17 about don't rejoice over your enemy, lest Jehovah see it and it displease him, and he turn away his wrath from him, from your enemy. That God turns away his wrath from his enemy. If he sees that you're getting pleasure from the mishaps, the judgment, the wrath, whatever else that your enemy is getting, he'll stop. Oh, that'll really make you angry. All right? Don't do that. Don't do that. We should seek the welfare of all people. And Yeshua says, love your enemies. Be good to those who despise you, who despitefully use you. Pray for them. All right? That's the attitude that we should be having. All right? It's not a New Testament concept. All right? It's all throughout Scripture. That is the character of God. All right? So, here we go. Last verse. Verse 29. Say not, I will do so to him as he hath done to me. I will render to the man according to his work. Vengeance. Vengeance is not ours. Vengeance is God's. All right? The whole concept of they do it to you, you do it back, and you do it worse, Do unto others before they do unto you, whatever else. No. That is not our place. Say not, I will do to him as he hath done to me. Don't do that. Don't do that. Love your enemies. People are going to wrong you. Forgive them. Especially if you want God to forgive you. Just saying. All right? So that's the reading for the day. After action report, like sustain, I think it's good to do a lighter workout on the Shabbat days, on the rest days. God knew what he was doing when he put this 7th day rest in there. All right, still be active, still do stuff, but your body needs a day to heal. All right, so I like that. I'm going to keep doing that just in my personal life. It doesn't stop me. It's not a cheat day. I'm still maintaining my diet, still focusing on what needs to get done, still disciplining myself to go do stuff. Wasn't sitting on the couch all day eating junk food. No, I'm resting. No, Again, I'm not going to reward myself with the stuff that got me in the position I'm trying to get out of now. All right? But God knows better than me. God knows better than Andy Frizella. All right? And so while I'm still active, still doing stuff, not going as intense on the Shabbat days to honor God. Thing I want to improve, my personal work ethic, just things I mentioned before, just some things that I want to get done this week, especially as we're finishing out phase 2 here. Want to get some stuff done. So I've got goals, got a plan. We're going to execute. We're going to get it done. It's going to be a good week. Last 3 items on the list. No alcohol. Check. I never do. No cheating on the diet. Check. No excuses. Check. We're getting it done. We're less than a week out. Thank you so much for joining me for these daily check-ins. I pray that you're blessed. Bye.